Hello and welcome to the Matthew Alton Art channel again. Doing another time-lapse video here. I'm trying to catch up on some of the Raw Umber Studios sessions that I've missed in the last couple of weeks while I've been having a few days off. This one was a live session from a couple of Wednesdays ago. Female nude. I'm using Ingres tan paper, and you can see I'm using willow charcoal to start with, just to sketch everything out accurately, partly because that's very erasable, so you often make lots of mistakes in terms of layout initially. Later on you'll see that I moved to charcoal pencil, which is a bit less erasable and obviously a bit more precise, and also white pastel pencil as well for the highlights. So you can see that the model is side on, looking over her shoulder, and leaning on a box. And you can see that I've started by just drawing out the outline. I'm now adding the darks on, so to try and get an idea of where the shadows are on here. The box that she's leaning up against is black as well, or dark. I think the figure is fairly accurate in terms of layout. So now you'll see that I start going in, adding some of the shadows on the figure. Again, just to make sure that all the lighting information to the viewer is correct, coming from the same direction. So you can see it there, I've just added some extra shadow underneath the thigh there. Now just adding some more detail onto the head. I think possibly the head is slightly small when I've finished this compared to the rest of the pose. You can now see that I've moved on to the charcoal pencil. I'm just using it sort of side on and very gradual low pressure strokes. As I said a second ago, it's much less erasable than the actual willow charcoal is, which is why I've moved to it now when things are finalised. It's very difficult, of course, to get a likeness, particularly on such a small scale. It's only an A4 piece of paper, so you might be able to work out. But at least it looks human, and it's not too far off from a likeness point of view. Now you can see I'm using the white pastel pencil to add some highlights. I'm adding the highlights where the light is coming from, and using the paper as the mid-tone. Quite light paper though, so I end up doing some darkening up of shadows. As I've said before, when you're doing this sort of dark and light charcoal pastel drawing, it's difficult to judge where the midpoint is of the tones until you've actually put some tones on, really. Quite pleased with it overall by the end of the session. It took about an hour, which is the length of the sessions, as you know. Those of you who've been watching the channel for a while know that I've been doing a lot of these Raw Umber Studio sessions. I may give up next month after I've had another month at it, because of course it's summer and I'd like to try and get out and do some plein air painting and drawing. Tried last year, failed, so that's my hopefully crack that this year. I'm going to start very simply by just doing drawing outside, I think, rather than take paints with me. Just get used to being outside and painting or drawing from life. I'm sure there'll be videos of that later on in the spring. Just trying to put a bit more background information in there. So you can see what she's perched one buttock on. As ever, mine wasn't as polished as the demonstrator who was demonstrating this drawing to us in the video. But, you know, more practice I get, the better I'll get, I hope. And I do quite like it, I have to say. I've done quite a good job, I think, really. Notice my frantic working there had pushed the desk easel that I use backwards and we were drawing at a diagonal there, but I've corrected it. It's very difficult to remember that you're filming it when you're doing it, so you have to occasionally glance into the camera to check that everything is still in there. And that's it, finished. Well, this is the final drawing, and as I said, I'm quite pleased with it overall. It wasn't a live session, but I did it just for the length of the video that I was catching up on. Quite successful, I think, generally. I hope that you've enjoyed watching it. If you've got this far, thank you very much for watching the whole video. If you have liked it, then do give the video a thumbs up. That'd be great. And also, if you're new here, then consider subscribing. I'm trying to build the numbers on the YouTube channel. As I keep saying in every video, I keep nagging everybody. But yeah, if you can subscribe, that'd be great if you haven't already. I hope that it's inspired you to have a go yourself. This was from a photograph. The live sessions are from a photograph reference rather than from a live model. So you can find photos online and have a go yourself if you're at all interested in improving your drawing. Definitely the practice is helping me. So I'm hoping that if you are following along, that the practice will help you as well. Okay, I will leave a link to Raw Umber Studios in case anybody's interested in joining that in the description of the video, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, bye.